I found a way to light this that I'm reasonably happy with, and she can visit. I guess I've been in a dark place. I've been kind of in a dark place. It's gotten darker, and I think I'm one of those guys. Sads. Is it seasonal affective disorder? I don't think that's a disorder. I just think that's normal. I think that's probably normal to feel a little extra sad when it just seems like it's dark all the time. But I think so. So this is a little dark, but maybe a little trigger warning. It's kind of dark and end of the worldy a little bit. Because I'm afraid again. I'm afraid. This style of thing, I don't know. I found it. It's a bit bold, isn't it? I thought it was kind of slimming. Okay, now, this is entitled Why I Can't Leave the Apartment. I made it out today, right? And I was okay. Not bad for a while. It wasn't too cold. In fact, it was unseasonably warm thanks to climate change. Thank you, climate change. People love the climate change, don't they? Plus 10 in December, almost December, plus 10, plus 15 today, plus in December. I'll take it. I'll take the climate change. Meanwhile, the ice caps are sweating away going, what the fuck did I do to you? And there's a polar bear he's hitching a ride to the city. The last one, I get out of the subway and I read a newspaper headline. North Korea's latest missile test, a threat to Washington. Oh God, that's all I need. Be strong. It's almost time for your pills, so just be strong. And I get on the elevator and some smiling face person, Jesus, how are you? Okay. I'm fine, not bad for Wednesday. I'm fine, not bad for North Korea's latest missile launch. Good, not good, good. And you? I'm fine. Have you got your Christmas shopping done? Oh no, don't. It's not even 8 in the morning. Why? North Korea's latest missile and Washington threat.
You got your Christmas shopping done? Have you done your Christmas?
So I'm trying to be civil. I'm doing pretty well. But all I can think. You know all I can think. No. But I don't have a lot to buy. I don't have a lot of shopping to do. North Korea's latest. It's early yet, so I'm not too worried. North Korea, but you know what I really wanted to say? I don't think there's going to be a Christmas this year. Do you really? Do you? That's a month away. I think we're all going to be drowning underwater or blown away into dust by Trump's nukes. But I mean, that's great. You're an optimist. I like that. I love how people tell me about things in the future. They do, you know. And I'm just making this up because I can't think of anything. But in 2030 they're gonna have flying cars. I read somewhere. I'm making that up, right? By 2030, by the year really, these be a 2030. That's ambitious. I don't think there's going to be a next Wednesday. Listen, I know it's a very dire way of thinking, but that's the anxiety that I have. That's this dark weather, and that's the horrible mood I'm in. That's a horrible mood I'm in, and I'm thinking the best way to deal with this is kind of come to terms with my own mortality, frankly, and try to find a way to accept that. I mean, is there life after death? And if so, I hope there's snacks. An open buffet would be nice. Is there swimming? I really like swimming. Yeah, and do I have to be 52? Come on, it's the afterlife. I want to be young and sexy. I want to be young and sexy in the afterlife. I don't want to look like this in this sweater. I don't want to, right? I mean, it's paradise, isn't it? If there isn't sex and decent pastrami, I don't know what the point is. Some people have religion, right? And I'm going to offend a whole lot of religious people right now. I don't knock people for their beliefs. I'd like to think there's an afterlife. I do. And I think it's right around the corner. I'd like to. Afterlife, it'll give me something to do. Some people have religion, and that's a comfort to them. Their religion, right? They talk about Jesus Christ. I'm going to offend a whole lot of the religion I was brought up in. They talk about Jesus, don't they? Love Jesus. And I think he sounds like he was a cool dude. I'm not going to sit here and knock Jesus. He sounded like he was Jesus, he was something. Hey, Jesus, ¿qué pasa, hombre? Hola, Jesus, ¿cómo está la Magdalena? Güey, hombre. No me mames, ¿qué pedo? Jesus. Yeah, because he was so cool. He would hang out with the people nobody else would hang out with, wouldn't he? The prostitutes and the lepers. I had some beautiful things to say. Beautiful things to say. Extraordinary, really brand new things like love thy neighbor. Imagine, love that, those assholes across there. Love thy neighbor as you would yourself. He had some beautiful things to say. He hung out with 12 dudes. That's my kind of guy. And he taught forgiveness, you know. These things were new. I can't stress that enough. Before Jesus, it was more like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. It was really grim. Give me that tooth, man, or I'm fucking up your eye. That's what it was like before, and Jesus taught about better way to live, kinder to people, and that's why I think he was a great dude. It's just, this is where the story gets weird to me. Apparently, his dad, who's God, that's pretty cool, tells him that what he'd like him to do is go and get stoned and beaten and whipped and then crucified. Tortured in the worst possible way. Could you do that for me, son? And maybe while you're down there, could you pick up a single malt something? You know, a carton of Camels. I mean, since you're down there. Really, Dad? Do you want me to go out, whipped it? What? Yeah, and apparently he agonized about this. Anyone who knows the Bible or has seen a production of Jesus Christ Superstar knows that he agonized about this in the Garden of Eden. This thing that his father wanted him to do, you know. You know, is it a Cain and Abel thing where at the last minute you're going to say, no, it's okay, you don't have to do that, I was just testing you. You were punked. You've been punked. You know. Or like season 9 of Dallas, where it's just a dream. Now, as most of us know, in the end he went through with it. And he died on the cross. And then he was put in a tomb. The stone was moved away somehow miraculously. And he appeared to someone. I forget, but anyway, I forget. But he rose from the dead. I think I saw something like that in the 90s, David Copperfield. It's hard to believe that, isn't it, you know? But anyway, beautiful things to say Jesus had, and I think, if anything, man screwed up the Christian religion. Jesus had a wonderful message. Man stepped in and ruined religion. I picture this kid, you know, and it could have been me. I grew up in a good religious family. We'll call him Bobby. Boy, he's going to bed. He's scared. Maybe he's scared of the dark, something like that. And mom, maybe mom says something, I imagine, something like, you don't need to be afraid, son, because do you know what? If you have Jesus in your heart, you have nothing to fear. You'll always be safe. He'll watch over you and look after you and make sure no harm comes to you. And then one day, when you die, you're going to go to a better place, a beautiful place, and you'll see Jesus. You'll be near Jesus. You'll see people like Grandpa who've passed on, and other people who've passed on. They'll all be there with you in heaven, a beautiful place called heaven. They'll be with you for eternity. Now that's if you're a good boy. If you're a bad boy, you're going to go to hell and burn forever. Good night. No, that night Bobby had the worst nightmare ever. He grew up to be a meth head and a male prostitute, and everybody said, well, why? What went wrong? He grew up in a good Christian home. Burn forever. Yeah, like bad isn't just killing or raping, man. Bad is just bad could be this sweater. That could, you look it up. It's in Leviticus. Wearing cotton blends, or wearing a bad sweater, or lying next to a woman on her period. You check it out, it's there. It's Leviticus or Corinthians first, letters of silly shit. Something, one or the other. And I respect the 10 Commandments. That's good, solid words to live by. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not, that's right. That's right. Killing's nasty. Don't do that. That's mean. And that's weird because on the same document, it says, don't covet your neighbor's donkey. It's weird, like they're equating the same thing as, what? Here's a really awkward conversation with your neighbor. Yeah, I killed your wife, but at least I didn't covet your donkey. Yeah, if you go by the rules of some religions, it's probably just 2 people in heaven. Honestly, and they're just so fucking bored. And I'll tell you, None, not any of the current U.S. Congress is going to end up there, man. Not Democrat, not Republican, not one of them. Burn, baby, burn. They're going to burn. Those ones are going to burn. Yes, this is why I can't leave the apartment. It's North Korea, Donald Trump, climate change, scary shit in the Bible.